Hey friends, this is Mandy from Chapel Forge. So today we're going to be talking about our chicken waters. So we have gone through probably 4 or 5 systems trying to figure out what the heck kind of chicken water is actually going to not freeze in the winter. So they sell the kind at like Tractor Supply or whatever that are heated. You can plug them in. We've had a couple of those. I feel like they last 1 season and they just die. And they're not that, cheap. I think they're 40 or 50 bucks. So we were over that. We were over wasting money on that. I hate like one-time use type things, which is what I feel like it was. I don't know if that's everybody else too, or we're just hard on things. I don't know. So, here in Pennsylvania, I would say for the most part, it starts getting cold in usually October-ish. It's kind of getting later and later, I guess, as we move along through the years, but it's usually starts getting cold in October. That's usually when we need to start figuring out, okay, this needs heated or whatever, and then usually we need that at least through March, sometimes into April. We're now at nearing the end of December. Definitely getting like into freezing temps. This week we're supposed to get into like 11 to 15 degrees. It's going to be super cold.
32 right now.
Yeah, it's like in the low 30s right now, and it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. So what we've done in the past is we had the cups and they were fine, except they always froze. So that was not working. So we moved to a totally different system. I'm gonna have Zad talk to you about what that system's like. I'm gonna show you how we store water. I've showed this a little bit in some other videos, but I know a lot of people have reached out to me and said, what are you doing with those rain barrels and what's your system for food and water and all that. So today we're gonna talk about the water and Zad's gonna show you how he set this up.
Okay, so these are 2 Fisker rain barrels, around 50, 55 gallons, I'm gonna guess. We weren't using them as rain barrels anymore, so we upcycled, repurposed them. So right here is where the faucet would typically be for the rain barrel style, and the water would come in one of these holes over here from the gutter. So to start off, we just did it this way, and then this spring I put heating elements in, stock tank heaters, and you can kind of see it way down in there.
Looks like the Titanic or something down there.
So I drilled a hole, put that in, ran the plug through the backside, which comes in down here. There's a little water gasket to keep it from leaking. So we have these 2 that are plumbed from the tanks out to ball valves, so I can shut off each tank individually if I need. I have another ball valve over here that I can shut the whole entire run off. It's actually down here. So I can shut all the water off. And then there's a spigot here that we can use to put a garden hose on. That's how we fill them, and that's how we can drain it. They run around to this side over here, where you can see the chicken is actually using it right now. So I don't have to go in and demonstrate.
No.
So they just peck at the little metal piece there and get the drips of water. You see that the piping is insulated. So we have heat tape that runs the whole length of the 1/2-inch PVC piping, and the heat tape keeps the pipe and the water in the pipe from freezing, and the stock tanks keep the water inside the barrels from freezing. And so that just is plugged into a 3-way outlet, and then it's hardwired into the chicken coop. In the long run right now, because we ran out of time during our Christmas season, is just running off an extension cord. But ideally it'll be hardwired in the long run. So that's how that runs. There's 3 nipples on this side, 3 nipples on the other side, and I may or may not do some on the inside. We had cups on the inside, but when I reworked this, I just eliminated those for right now.
So I know that was a quick video. So if you have questions about this, reach out. This kind of thing is usually over my head, which is why I tap Zad in for projects like this. It's working out really great. We've had this up for at least a couple weeks now, and we've definitely been down in at least the high teens, and the chickens are doing fine with it. Like Zad said, we have the 6 nipples on there. We got those at Tractor Supply, and they're working out really well. We loved the cup system, and it worked out great. Spring, summer, fall. It's just it wasn't great.
The only problem was if the chickens got all rallied up and got to flocking around or whatever, they'd hit the cup or use it to like launch off, and then they'd knock it off and they'd drain the system. I'm hoping with these nipples that eliminates the problem altogether, and we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about pine needles falling into the cups or the cups freezing. Hopefully this is a better solution for the long term.
Them throwing the cups
situation.
around was really annoying because they're like the little red cups with the yellow things. If you've ever seen them, two-piece steel, and they'd always flip it off, and then we'd like be searching for the cup, and you'd think, oh, in this brown dirt, we'd be able to find a bright yellow piece.
Oh, they'd fly
Sure
like
couldn't.
3-4 feet away.
Yeah. So that was ridiculous. So we love this system. It's working out super well. It wasn't super expensive. The stock tank heaters were definitely the most expensive part because we repurposed the barrels. I don't remember how much.
One barrel we brought with us from where we moved to when we moved here. The other one's here when we got here. And, you know, fittings and ball valves and elbows and
Heat tape.
The pipe and heat tape. I'm going to guess maybe $100
Yeah.
ish.
So like it's not a super cheap project, you know, maybe a couple $100, but this should really be long term. And like I said, those silly heated containers, we were replacing those every year because they were dumb.
Or we were using the 5 or 7 gallon ones you use for like spring, summer, early fall.
Right.
And as soon as it freeze up, we take it in, set it in the bathtub,
Ugh.
let it thaw out.
Exhausting.
Or run hot water on it, bring it out for a few hours, and keep swapping them all winter long.
Yeah, that was so exhausting. So I hope this was helpful. If you're in a boat like we were trying to figure out how to do water for a large flock, I mean, I have 50 or 60 chickens, so this is a perfect solution. Reach out if you have questions. Hope you guys have a great day.